So what is going on, guys? Welcome to the YouTube channel. If we have not yet met, my name is Peter Roberts. Now, in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys my breakup story. Now, in the moment, I was devastated. I was heartbroken. I didn't know what to do with my life. And I want to show you guys the 5 lessons that I learned about going through a breakup that helped me with the healing process, allowed me to move on faster, and more importantly, that allowed me to just kind of shape my life as a young individual. Now, I know what you're feeling. I've been there myself. So I want to share with you guys first my story of my breakup at a young age, as well as really important lessons that I learned that things will get better. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. We'll start this video off with a little bit of encouragement to get started. The first one to jump into is the story. Peter, you actually dated someone? Yeah, I was in a relationship for almost 1.5 years. I was doing a long distance relationship with my best friend. She was my best friend. I met her in my hometown. She was a senior, I was a freshman in college, and this was the first girl that I really connected with, that I really enjoyed, and I said the L word to. I was like, dude, this is it, like, love is amazing. I thought this girl was everything for me, but a lot of things happened that I want to share with you guys here in a second. Now, first off, I'm going to get vulnerable here, so I hope she's not watching. It'd be a little awkward, hey, but let me share with you guys how this all went down. So we decided to do this long-distance relationship. She was at college playing lacrosse. I was at home playing soccer. I was still at community college. She was at college. The whole plan was to visit every once in a while. I'd hang out, be a little awkward sometimes, but then we'd go off and we'd come back in the summer, and this things would be great. That was the whole plan. But after doing this long distance relationship for like 8 months, I just realized this is not going to work out. She's kind of changing. I'm changing. She's in different environments. It's just like a weird thing that I went through, and I realized that, hey, this is not going to work out. So she decided to break up with me. Now, I realized that I was doing a lot of things wrong now that I kind of pushed her away from my life, which I'll share in a second. But this was a very painful time in my life. Honestly, this is probably one of the times in my life where I felt depressed, where I was actually upset. What I didn't know my meaning was in life. I was, really upset. I was consulting with my parents. I didn't know what to do. And I just felt like I was really lost in life. So initially, guys, a breakup can be very painful. The feeling of like hopelessness, the feeling that they're happy without you, the feeling that you're never gonna find someone is exactly what I was thinking of. Now, reflecting and looking back, I'm so grateful that I went through this journey. It's weird. In the moment, it was like the worst thing ever, but looking back 3 years later, I'm so grateful that I went through this, that I learned a lot about myself, and more importantly, I learned a lot about going through this breakup. Now, the first lesson that I wish I knew, and the first lesson I learned going through this breakup, is that time heals everything. Now, when this breakup first happened, my buddy was like, dude, just give it time. Time is going to heal everything. I'm like, dude, how am I going to go through this? Like, how am I going to wake up every day, feel the pain, watch her on Snapchat, meet other guys while I'm out here just like living a boring life and depressed and sad while she looks so happy. This was a big pain point in my life. But truly, time does heal everything. If you're going through a breakup, if you feel upset about something, time is literally your greatest asset. And one thing that I learned about going through this process of healing is that every day things started to get a little better. Every day I started to focus on myself. Every day I started to get my feet underneath me. Every day I started to just move on just a little bit. And slowly but surely, as time passes, as you just wake up every day to go about your life, as you're hurting, depressed, and sad, well, over time, 2-3 months later, depending on your healing process, you realize that, hey, I wasn't as sad as I used to be. So the first thing that I didn't understand at first, and one thing that I learned about a breakup, that there is light at the tunnel, basically that time does heal everything. A huge lesson that I learned, and something I just want to share with you guys here real quick. Now, the second lesson I learned is about ignoring the red flags in the relationship. Now, I felt like this relationship was coming to an end, but I tried to hold on for so long time. You've probably been there, done that, trying to stick with someone. I know it's going to work out. I know we love each other. This is going to just work. But realize that you're probably ignoring a lot of red flags. Now, in the moment, when you're young, when you're in love, you don't realize the red flags until you go through this breakup. Now, when we went through this breakup, I had time to kind of process it, absorb it, and I was looking back on the mistakes that I was making, the mistakes that I was doing in this relationship, and I realized that I was ignoring a lot of red flags. And I didn't see this because I was so mesmerized. I was so focused on trying to hold on to this relationship. I was so focused on being with this person that I didn't realize there were a lot of red flags that were not only jeopardizing my happiness, but more importantly, I was ignoring my own self-worth in this relationship. Whether if they were talking to other people, the way that they were responding, they weren't calling me, I was always the one, making the first effort, or just things like that I realized looking back, like, did this person actually care about me? Did this person actually love me? They said they did, but why am I ignoring so many red flags? Now, in the moment, like I said, you're not going to see this stuff because you're so in love, infatuated with this person, but a breakup allows that to happen. In a breakup, you're able to kind of just take a big picture or a big snapshot of exactly what the relationship was like. Now, you think about all the memories that you have together. You dwell on what they said. You dwell on all this amazing times that you had together. We've been dating for this long, but why would they break up with me? There's a time fallacy that we have and we play in our head that I didn't realize that allows pain to continue to suffer in our own bodies. So second thing is, you ignore the red flags in the relationship, and you only see these once the breakup is finally finalized. Now, the third thing about the finalized breakup is that when you break up with someone, a mistake that I made and a lesson that I wish nobody would go through is that when you break up with someone, first off, they neglect your value. They think that they're going to break up with you. They're going to have a better life without you. Maybe they'll find someone else new. They don't understand who you are as a person. They break up with you and you say, hey, I'm going to find a way to win them back. So what I want to say, the third lesson is, if you break up with someone, if you're going through a breakup, they don't want to be with you or you don't want to be with them, don't call them, don't text them, don't try to occupy them or be friends with them. It's impossible to be just friends with someone that you had a sexual relationship with. It's impossible just to be friends with someone that you fell in love with. Like, it doesn't make sense. Someone is going to continue to get heartbroken. So the lesson I learned is that once you break up with someone, you have to go out there and do your own thing. You can't rely on being there for them all the time. You can't rely on maybe hanging out with them, trying to win them back. You can't just be friends with them. The lesson I learned is that I went down this road of trying to hook up, trying to make friends with them again, trying to bring them back into my life. And this basically brought me back to day one. When I would see this person, when I would hang out with this person, when I go back to the old ways, I had this whole picture like, we're going to get back together. This is amazing. Like, I miss this person. I know this person misses me. You know, things are going to be great. This person would leave. My ex would leave. I would go my way. They would go to college. I do my own thing. And this pain was like basically like starting over from zero again. So one thing I want to share with you guys is that if you break up with someone, literally either disconnect or find a way to get back together instantly, or don't worry about wasting your time. You are better off not seeing them. You are better off not thinking about them. You're better off not watching their Snapchat stories. You're better off like living your own life. And if they want to come back into your life just to be friends, if they want to try to come back into your life to hang out, to occupy some of your time, say no. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. They want, because when you distance yourself, they're going to notice it. They're going to feel like they need to win you back. And more importantly, you're going to have the opportunity to hang out with this person. But if they don't want to be with you, you should not bring them back into your life. It is only going to cause more pain. I did this multiple times, hanging out with them, bringing them back in my life, going out there, bringing them to this party, this event. And at the end of the day, I was more devastated than I was when the breakup first happened, because I was doing this to myself. So avoid causing trauma in your own life by distancing yourself from this person after the breakup. And the fourth lesson I learned about going through this breakup is to take things one day at a time. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that I made, especially in this relationship, and especially couples are making, is they plan this huge future together. I had this plan. She had this plan. We're going to eventually come together, have this amazing life together, and over time, after 3-4 years of college, we're going to be here together, and we're just going to have this rock star life. They told me they love me. Oh my gosh, why would they break up with me? It doesn't make sense. We had this amazing plan for our lives. And what I realized is that you have to just plan and live in the moment. When someone tells you that they love you, they are telling you that they love you right now in this moment. When that girl or guy tells you that they're so infatuated by you, they are super attracted to you in that moment. And I learned this lesson because I experienced the pain. I was like, wow, we've been together for so long. I thought we were supposed to work out. We had all these plans together. That's because I had this illusion in my mind that we were supposed to have this amazing future, and I wasn't taking things day to day. And through this day-to-day process of understanding who you are as a person, this day-to-day evaluation of your relationship, you realize that people change. People have different visions for themselves. People meet new people. She gets into a new environment. I get into a new environment. I try new things. We go different places. And day to day, your feelings might change. Instead of planning this huge future, understand that people do change. People do change with environments, with new circumstances. People change. So when someone tells you they love you in that moment. When someone tells you that they want to be with you forever, they're telling you they want to be with forever. They're telling you they want to be with you forever right now. This truly doesn't mean forever. Like, that is a hard thing to understand. Something that I wish I knew in the moment, and I wish I could have understood this, because it would have saved me a lot of pain going through this breakup. So don't have expectations for your relationships. Literally live day to day. Have the best time with your partner in this moment. And when that breakup comes, you can be like, hey, we had fun together. I know we had this future plan together, but that was really not what's going to happen. So that would have helped me going through this breakup. This would have helped me in the relationship stage. So I'll show you guys a big lesson that I learned is that be mindful of when someone tells you that they love you. Be mindful of when someone tells you that they want this amazing future with you. Take things day to day. It will save you a lot of heartbreak and a lot of pain in the future. And the fifth lesson I want to show you guys, why the most important pillar of this video, is that when you're in a relationship, when you go through this breakup, you're in so much pain. And you realize through this breakup that you you've been neglecting yourself for so long. Now, in this relationship, you'll do whatever for this person. In this relationship, you'll always be there for this person. In this relationship, you'll just go out there and cut down your personal time to go out there and spend time with them. This is part about building a relationship with someone. But after a breakup, you realize that this person is no longer in your life, that this person is not going to be there when you get home, that this person might not text you good morning anymore. Like, what are you going to do with your time? And through this process of going through the breakup, I realized how many people, how many of you and I were neglecting our own happiness. We found our happiness in someone else. And what I share with you guys, what I want you guys to learn is that the most important person that can make you happy is literally you. The only person that you want to make yourself happy is you. But in this relationship, in this breakup, you experience so much pain. I experienced so much pain because when I would achieve something, I would want to share it with that person. When I would want to go ahead and do this, we would come along and do this together. And I didn't realize that I was actually neglecting and not loving myself. And truly the best thing that you can do in this breakup is to begin focusing 100% on yourself. No longer do you have to worry about someone else. No longer do you have to go out there and try to please someone else. Take this neglect time that you've, pushed yourself off of your own priority list and take this time and start building yourself. You realize that maybe your diet wasn't as clean. You realize that your relationship with your friends or family wasn't as strong as you thought. Your relationship with God, whatever it is, has been neglected. Now take this time that you would usually spend with this person and bring this back into your life and watch how happy you become. At the end of the day, if you can truly understand, hey, this is a temporary breakup, I hope they do well in life. I hope I do well in life. And maybe we'll reconnect in the future. But if you can take this time and just focus on becoming a badass human, if you can focus on this time becoming the strongest, fittest that you ever did, try new things. Like, not only you're going to catch your attention, what's going to make them say, hey, damn, did I make a mistake? But also you're going to realize that you don't need someone else to make you happy. And this was the biggest lesson that I learned. I thought that I have to achieve all these goals with someone else. I thought I was young that, hey, we're going to build this life together. But at the end of the day, you are an individual. They are an individual. You have to do your own thing, and they have to do their own thing. And if they come together with an attraction, if you come together and share similar goals, values, and you guys love each other and can work on a relationship together, then so be it. But first and foremost is that it has to be you putting yourself first. A lesson that I learned, a pain point that I wish I experienced a lot faster in my relationship, and more importantly, it's brought a lot of joy and happiness in my life. So kind of just to summarize the concept of this video, a quick little snapshot is time heals everything. Literally, guys, understand, feel your pain, feel that pain, go through the pain, go through the process of learning about relationships. Like, one thing I did when I went through this breakup with the time that I had now is I was learning about relationships. I was learning about like what I did wrong, all the mistakes that I made, and more importantly, like how can I become a more attractive human to other people. Secondly is that you ignore red flags. Use this time in this relationship breakup, this period of time when you're now alone, is to realize that, hey, maybe this person was not right for me. That life actually happens for me for a reason. This is exactly what I realized, that, hey, there were some things that I was neglecting because I was so infatuated by this person. Third thing is to go out there and start building your future. Go out there and start building your life. The only person that can make you happy is yourself. Fourth is go out there, and if someone breaks up with you, guess what? It's time to break up, go our separate ways. Don't go back hooking up with this person, hanging out with this person, trying to become or build that relationship of just friends together. Like, it's only going to bring more pain in your life. And lastly, just take things day to day, both in the healing process, but both in that relationship that will hold you back from receiving all this pain when you guys break up. You won't be as devastated. Don't set expectations in your relationship. And more importantly, a breakup is good. I believe that a good pain in the heart is pretty good for your personal development, growth, and more importantly, I've realized how important it is for me at age 22, wherever you are in your journey, that you don't need anybody else to please you, to make you happy. And lastly, it's not that good to settle. Settling down holds you and becomes complacent. You become mediocre. You're not focused as much on your goals. And right now, being single man is probably one of the most things that I'm blessed to have in my life, But that's what I'm experiencing. So guys, thank you so much for tuning into this YouTube channel. If there's anything I can do for you, anything I can help you with, we're going to throw a lot of different concepts. We're building up personal relationships. We're doing personal development, finance, all the stuff that I'm going you guys through, just documenting my life, what I'm going through as a human, as my own journey and walk of life, as well as I'm here to provide with you guys any value as possible. If you like this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, thumbs down if it sucked. Peter, you need to stop talking about this stuff, and make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed this content. Let's go together. Let's build this team of successful, visionary people that want to build something for themselves. Let's go, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. I love you guys and appreciate your support. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.